So, Brainy, today is your last day as a 6-year-old. Are you so excited?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, where are we going? We're going to go get
Walmart?
something
No, we're going to
eat.
We're going to catch Walmart.
And we're going to go to Wawa.
Is your nose running? Go catch it. Get it?
I got it.
It's
So,
really bad.
Brady's birthday is tomorrow. So if you guys are watching this, it's today.
Now is only 10 ounces and 6 inches, I believe.
6 pounds, 10 ounces. He was born at 12:36 in the morning. So, oh my goodness. So, Brady.
No, I was born at noon.
No, you weren't. You were born at 12:36 in the morning, a.m.
Oh.
So, I'll tell you guys that story when I get home. Story time. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. So, Brady's birthday is today. March 14th. How crazy is that? He's already 7. So I just wanted to give you a little story time and tell you about my pregnancy, about the labor and delivery, and how the 7 years has gone. So we found out that I was pregnant in July of 2010. It was actually my 25th birthday, and I was a little bit moody, I guess Sean would call it, and he's like, Steph, you need to go take a pregnancy test. Like, you're like crazy right now. And so I did, and he actually knew I was pregnant before I did. And so, so the pregnancy was great. I enjoyed being pregnant. I had a little bit of like dizziness. My sugars were really great. I had to like do the sugar test. I think I failed the 3-hour one, but a lot of people do that anyway. So I was due on April 3rd, 2011. And around March, the first week of March is when like you do your non-stress test. And so the first one was great. The second one, I think it was like March 9th. And it was like my blood pressure was really high. And so, especially with like being overweight as it is, and then failing my glucose, my 3-hour test. So they sent me over to the labor and delivery. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I think it was like 180/90. So they said, okay, this is what you're gonna do. You're going to follow up with your OB the next day. So I called my OB on Thursday and I said, hey, you know, I just went to maternal fetal medicine. He said that my blood pressure was high, that I needed to come see you, figure out what's going on. So when I went there, again, it was still high. So they sent me back over to labor and delivery for observation. And so we were there. I don't think we were there for that long. And they said, I'm not dilated yet. I'm not ready. But if I could just stay local in the area, because they don't want me traveling too far. And I said, fine. Remember that my feet were swelling up like really bad. And so I told my boss a week before that I think that instead of my last day being the 25th, because I was only gonna have like maybe a week off for my due date. And so I told him, I was like, you know, with everything going on, I think I'm gonna push it up to the 18th, just with everything going on. So then after that whole 2 days went, the doctor said that my last day would be a week earlier. So my last day of work was on March 11th, 2010. And, which was completely fine. I think I had to go get another OB appointment, and then starting my 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks, how amazing is that? So I just saw I rolled my eyes, and now you're gonna know why. So that on that Saturday, my best friend Nettie and I, who is actually Brady's godmom, we're like, okay, we're gonna go get mani and pedis. As a sign language interpreter, as you guys know, I can't paint my nails, or it has to be a clear color because it might cause a distraction. So I'm like, I'm getting blue. I have 3 weeks off. I can't interpret. Actually, and then I would have like 6 weeks after. So that's like almost like 9 weeks off of work. Oh, so I got blue. And then that evening, they said if I have like any cramps or whatever, to come back to the hospital. Guess who had cramps that evening? My last day was on Friday. Got a pedicure Saturday morning and went into the hospital Saturday night, the 12th. And since I was still early at that point, remember I was due April 3rd, they wanted to kind of put me on a magnesium drip to kind of like slow everything down. And then they gave me a pill to kind of soften up everything. And then they gave me Pitocin to speed everything up. So the 13th was a all day, not sure if it was all labor, I don't really remember because there was so much going on. But I didn't feel anything. I had the epidural, which failed. So the doctor put an epidural in. And then I think because I had so much fluid, I was preeclamptic at that point. I had protein in my urine. When he put it in, like I was just sitting there. I thought that I was sweating. My sister, who is in the medical field, she's like, hey Steph, you're bleeding. And I'm like, oh, it's just sweat. So they had a stat call the anesthesiologist to come in and do the epidural again. But I didn't feel anything at that point. So when it was time to push, my mom actually had to tell me that I was having contractions because with the magnesium to slow everything down and then the Pitocin to speed everything up, I felt nothing. So no cramps, no kicks, nothing. Then after pushing and pushing, and I really didn't want to have a baby on the 13th, the doctor said that she saw the head and she's like, oh. So they were gonna do an episiotomy, which they cut. And so they like think of something that like makes you mad. So of course I thought of my ex-boss who really made me mad, and I pushed and I actually tore. And after I had Brady, my blood pressure that was like really high of like 190/90 dropped down to 50/35. And I was so cold that I had like 20 warm blankets on me. I had my mom actually laying on me to like provide that body heat because I dropped down so much. I actually hemorrhaged and I needed like 2 units of a blood transfusion, and I couldn't actually be in the room with Bray by myself because I became anemic at that point as well. So a lot of things were happening. John says it reminded him of a cheap horror film, Blood Everywhere. Yeah, so TMI guys, sorry. But it was pretty awesome. And I'm glad that he like 10 fingers and 10 toes. That was my first question. Like, is he okay? 10 fingers, 10 toes? And they said yes. And so even though I went through a lot with having preeclampsia, becoming anemic at that point, having, you know, the protein in urine, high blood pressure, and needing 2 units, almost 3 units of a blood transfusion, it was worth it. But that made me also decide that one and done, we're done. But I loved, you know, being like a mom. Like I am a mom, and I was a mom at 24 with Johnny and Justin. But this is like our last kid. It was pretty awesome. And so 7 years have been very eventful. He's a crazy kid, and we always tell him that if he was our first, he would have been our last. And so I'm going to show you guys some pictures of Brady through the years. And he's definitely given us a run for our money. But our life wouldn't be the same if he weren't here. So let's get into the pictures.
Daisies with a new vlog here, so I'm just gonna be recording because I'm the brain and then my mom is Daisies, so I'm taking over her vlog. So I'm super happy that I get to. Let's to the fullest. We'll see you next time. Bye.
So Brady, thank you so much for coming into our lives. God knew exactly where to place you. Some days you're a not nice boy and you get on our nerves and make us want to hurt you. But we love you so very much. Happy 7th birthday, baby. And thank you for being the closure to the Hagerty family. So hope you guys enjoy these pictures. Please comment below, happy birthday Brady. Thanks so much for watching this. If you are new, please click that subscribe button down below. Also turn on that post notification bell so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. I'm a daily vlogger and I post videos every single day. Always think positive, never give up, live life to the fullest. Happy birthday Brady, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.